Hulkamania is dead. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, 8th of August 2002 edition of Smackdown. It's Hulk Hogan's last appearance for a long time, till 2003, because Brock Lesnar put him out of commission.
If Hulk Hogan is dead, would that not mean that Hulk Hogan is not immortal?
Yeah, it pretty much means that. Well, he comes back, man. He's not actually killed.
So this is Hulk Hogan's last appearance?
Till 2003.
Jesus Christ. Well, I kind of knew Hulk shouldn't have faced Brock. And I guess this was proof.
And we kick off, though, with the promo package. Hulkster is the man. Domination. He's took on monsters. It just shows up like the guy is literally a comic book character.
Hulk Hogan has took down all the big sweaty men in his time in wrestling. Can he take down another big man that doesn't sweat as much tonight? But let's be real. All the people Hulk Hogan's beat before, no disrespect to them, even if they're alive or dead, they're just big fat fucking wasters.
Earthquake. King Kong Bundy.
Brock Lesnar's actually a genetic freak. So, I don't know if Hulk Hogan's going to win tonight, but I don't fancy his chances.
No, the problem is, though, these guys in the 80s just wouldn't have worked in the 2000s. Brock Lesnar would have worked in the 80s.
But there was no one that looked like Brock in the 80s.
Yeah, but you've still, like, big guys.
No, you big guys, like, but you had no one really athletic in the 80s. No one who was a physical specimen.
Like, if you look at 3 Minute Warning, they're big guys. I mean, yes, right, they're not King Kong Bundy size, right? But they're fucking big, physical, they can move, they're fast, they're not me angry giant.
I know, but seeing you look at the guys in the 80s, like, a lot of them did just, like, plod around the ring and eat hamburgers. I mean, that was
18,000 calories a day.
I know, but come on. I mean, a lot of Hogan's. I don't know the point I'm trying to make here, but a lot of the people Hogan beat were just big fat guys.
Yeah. I'm glad we're watching 2002, but we've got a rematch. We've got Kurt Angle taking on John. John Cena's wearing his Power Rangers blue attire.
See the guys that Hulk Hogan beat? They're no real different from like Mass Transit, are they?
Not really, no, but he's dead, and these guys are probably also dead.
Right, let's move on. John Cena's alive. Let's talk about him.
John Cena's alive. But tell you what, there's also another dead guy that interferes in this match. Kurt Angle was looking beat. He was out to get counted out, and then out of nowhere, Chris Benoit lapped me in the crossface and hold me tight. John screaming for his life. His fucking nose looked like it was going to go back to Narnia, and I thought he was dead.
Well, when Benoit locks you in the crossface, some people actually do die from it, so Cena did lucky to escape. Rey Mysterio came out. He helped Big Match John, then Eddie Guerrero came out and he hit a backbreaker, tilt-a-wall backbreaker on Rey. Edge ran down,
spear
execution on Guerrero. Edge then followed up with a spear on Kurt Angle, knocking him off the apron, and Edge, Rey and Cena celebrated in the ring as Angle, Benoit and Guerrero retreated.
It's the rookies against the veterans. Let's be real, guys. Rey's been wrestling at this point, I'd say, for a good, 16 years? Because he started when he was 13.
He's probably wrestled a little bit less than Guerrero, and I'd say maybe 4 years, maybe less than Benoit. That doesn't mean me taking a guess, but I mean, Kurt Angle didn't even start wrestling, actual, professionally, till 98?
99.
99? You're not going to ECW in 98?
Aye, and then he's seen a crucified, and then
fuck this.
What the fuck's going on here, buddy?
This ain't good for my character. But no, I mean, maybe Rey Mysterio should be on the side of the
Latino heat.
But anyway, they go backstage. Got Mark Lloyd there. Mark Lloyd's asking Guerrero and Benoit why they left Raw for SmackDown. Guerrero says they are the homies who were beating Hogan and Rock last week. Guerrero calls Benoit the master of submission, and Kurt Angle's no happy. He jumps in. He says, nobody makes people tap like Kurt Angle.
Whoa.
Kurt Angle is the master of submission around here, buddy. Kurt says he was about to make Cena tap, but Benoit and Guerrero didn't butt in. Chris jumps in and says that Angle was about to get counted out. Chris says that is why he and Guerrero like SmackDown. Because of the competition, they want Kurt Angle's competition. Angle takes offense and indirectly challenges Benoit. Guerrero's like, ho, come on, amigo. We're all good here. The three of us should team together. Guerrero then says, let's take on Cena, Edge, and Rey. Angle agrees. Benoit and Guerrero leave, but Angle reiterates that I'm the master of submission around here, buddy. And it kind of reminded me a wee bit of maybe I should have been number one.
It did. But what annoys me about this, Guerrero and Benoit trying to sell us that Raw didn't have any competition and they went to SmackDown because that's
I know if that's the case, shouldn't they be like dominating Raw and winning all the main events? And
I mean, I know he beat Van Damme, right? And actually, where's the
IC belt?
I was about to say that.
Did he lose it?
Did he? I mean, what? Yeah. Is it the same thing that happened to Daniel and Nancy? Come on, Benoit, give us the goods, damn it!
I don't think I've seen him carry the IC belt. Did he have it when they debuted it?
Pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure we haven't seen Benoit with the belt since he won it. I don't know if this is because they've no idea what they've done. It almost seems like, oh fuck, he's won that and now it's went to
Did he have to forfeit it?
They've not mentioned it though. It's not even like on Raw, there's a tournament.
That's very poor though. I will say that. That's very poor how that is the Intercontinental Championship, the second biggest belt that we have in wrestling. And over the past 2 weeks, it hasn't been relevant. It's just not even been brought up.
No. I don't get that though. Because normally
it's almost like it's disappeared.
Yeah.
Fake
like a released superstar.
Aye. Like some bum.
As a mistake, we will not mention Chris Benoit.
You've been future endeavour. Did the IC belt kill its family or something? What's happened?
Could have.
Anyway, I'm
kill
next.
the European title.
Whoa. I'm next with Mark Henry versus Reverend Devon with Batista. Henry wins. After the match, he's getting attacked by Devon and Batista. Rikishi runs down and he tells Devon to let him go. In regards to Batista, Batista gets in the ring. We have a match with Batista and Rikishi, and Rikishi beats Batista after Devon tries to interfere.
There's some good spots, but Batista's green.
Accidentally punches Batista instead. And this is Batista's first pinfall loss in WWE. Batista then confronts Devon after the match. No, I mean, not a lot here. Just 2 back-to-back matches were nothing memorable.
I like the Reverend Devon gimmick, but I feel like at this point it's run its course.
Well, I don't think it's run its course. I think they've dropped the ball.
Yeah, but they've just... have you not noticed, though, that the past month, or maybe 2 months, it's just been this guy losing and Batista looking like a tool?
You know, but at the beginning...
When he beat Triple H, it was all good.
Yeah, and then...
Like most Triple H victories.
And he was looking for, like, donations and shit, and he had funny segments, but, like, you haven't really seen that in the last 2 months. It's basically just been Devon jobbing out in the middle of the ring. Like, remember he's cutting good promos about masturbation and all this stuff, people being sinners. When was the last time we had Devon cut a promo? When was the last time we seen Devon try to get money off people? We haven't seen that. All Devon really has been doing has been losing to people in quick matches. And, you know, it's a shame because, I really did enjoy Devon at the beginning of the brand split, but, I mean, you can kind of see why they are, maybe at this stage, they're already thinking of reuniting the Dudley Boys.
You don't, yeah. But when do they actually reunite? It's still a while out yet.
I don't think it's a mistake. I just think they've dropped the ball with Devon.
Yeah. And it's not because I think Devon could very easily have pulled this character off for a year more or whatever. But with Brock Lesnar, and you can tell Brock Lesnar's getting pushed down our throats, but I like it, Meryl.
It's the Brock show. So it's almost like they're going to rename the next SmackDown game after him.
Almost like it, but what I like about this, we're getting Brock actually cutting the promo. So he says that he's got an ultimatum for the Hulkster. He's going to take the ante up. He's demanding where is Hulk Hogan's dressing room. I mean, I get it. They need to have like him and Heyman clashing heads, but I don't really like this. Like for Heyman, it should just be like he's following Brock to the hill and he's going to die on that hill.
Yeah,
are we already planting seeds here that this guy's going to choose the big angry giant?
I know, but if you're Paul Heyman and you're smart and you've been around the wrestling business, why the fuck would you want your man to put his title shot on the line against Hogan?
Not true.
There is nothing to gain and everything to lose.
See, back in the day, I actually reckon people would have thought Hogan was going to beat Brock. They were going to set up Hogan Rock too. Even though I think Brock Rock will be great, I think if you're watching this 21 years ago, do you not think there's a chance that Hogan's going to win?
Yeah, but if I was watching this, I'd agree with Heyman though, yelling at Brock.
True.
They could maybe argue Heyman's getting a little bit too big for his boots here, the way he was shouting at Brock.
That's my point.
I still think Heyman's got every right, or maybe he should have done it a bit more shitebag mode. But I kind of liked Heyman back in 2002, the way he was a little bit more ballsy. But you know, the current Heyman, it's like the guy's pathetic, the way he begs people and stuff, and the look on his face when someone's angry with him, it's like, you know, fuck this.
Hogan thought he was great though, and he's like, but you put those pythons to the test, brother, and you put the number 1 contendership against The Rock up there. Brock's like, you got it, old man.
I think it would have made more sense though if this was known in advance if Brock Lesnar was offering the winner of Angle and Hogan a shot at his number one contendership on the line, because that would have made more sense as to why Hogan and Angle wanted to face Brock so badly. I didn't really understand it last week. I guess Angle wants to prove he's the master of submission and the number one guy in SmackDown.
Hogan just wants to bury people.
Hogan wants to bury people or whatever, but I mean, you look at Brock, it doesn't really make much sense. Especially Angle, why he'd be absolutely buzzing to get in the ring with him. It's fucking Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I think it's just more than one.
Now, if totally. If the number one contendership's on the line, then great. Oh, I want to face Brock, but beforehand, Brock never agreed to that. So I don't know why they were so desperate to get in the ring with Brock Lesnar. But yeah, whatever.
We had another segment here though.
Hogan's going to get his wish tonight.
It was on the one shot because we cut the Jamie Noble, Billy Kidman.
They did this last week and they've done it again this week. Is this something they're doing on SmackDown? Because we haven't seen this on Raw.
Could be. This one just... I mean, it's not that it wasn't as good. It was just... There was no, like, substance to this. It was literally just a brawl. Like, can't fight! And then with some guy, like, go over to Jamie Noble, and I had no idea who it was. Turns out it was Billy Kidman.
I mean, this was probably just to show fucking Tony Wilson half naked.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not going to complain if that's the case.
That's probably what it was. But up next, I will complain about this, because we've Hurricane and Shannon Moore taking on Billy and Chuck, and this was just a throwaway match.
It was a throwaway match. Michael Cole never even addressed the fact that Shannon Moore was making his debut tonight. He says, oh, here's Shannon Moore. We've been seeing him on Velocity. But he made it seem as if...
I don't watch Velocity.
Taz was like, oh, well, he's making a SmackDown debut tonight. I don't know why Shannon Moore is picking up the fucking win here. It's not even like Shannon Moore gets a good push in WWE, is it?
No.
Like, I'm not saying the team can't pull an upset win, but shouldn't the Hurricane get the win? Like, maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't really matter who got the win here. But
I think what we're taking for this is Billy and Chuck's on the
ropes.
The marriage is rocky, right? But backstage, we've Cena and Edge arguing. Well, not really. They're hyping each other up for tonight's match. Ray's doing pull-ups on the wooden support beam thing in the locker room. Now, there's a clip where he actually breaks this and he falls, and like Cena and Edge break character, but I think they must have added it. Obviously, this is taped. Or it happens in a future episode. But this is the exact scene.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, but it didn't happen here.
And to be honest, I would have added to the show. For me,
I don't
funny
think
as fuck when it happened.
No, but it's not something they would really take away. It's not like something really bad happened. Like, it was a funny thing. I don't know. I don't think they would take that out, which makes me think there might be something similar.
Yeah.
Maybe we get another 6-man or maybe since these three guys are part of the new SmackDown 6.
Like, if we're talking about comedy moments,
maybe they share a locker room in the future.
Like, if we're talking about comedy moments for this era, this is definitely up there.
It's not really funny, is it? It's a mistake. It's a blooper.
Oh, it is.
Fuck off. It's just Ray falling off a bit of wood. Like, I get it. Like, it was like haha, but it wasn't comedy moment. Like, I wouldn't say it's one of the best comedy moments for the era.
Alright, fucking no need to take a wee chill pill there, big man. But what do we have backstage with Paul Heyman, damn it? He enters Stephanie's office.
Well, I'll tell you what, did they remove McMahon? Oh, did they remove McMahon doing his fucking quads in?
But how could you remove that though? It's too much to remove.
Well, could they not like reshoot it or whatever, or use CGI so McMahon's actually standing in the ring instead of sitting on his ass?
Too much effort, that man. Come on. But Heyman, he's trying to convince Stephanie to overturn the title shot stipulation tonight, but she thinks it was all Heyman's work. So, oh, you did a great job, Paulie. And he's like, but she keeps butting in. He's like, it
was a good idea, Stephanie. Glad you like it. And he walks off. What I think Heyman should have done here is, I think he would have went, yeah, you know what? I think you should have just like bought into what Stephanie was saying and agreed with her. But I think he just says, since it's Brock Lesnar putting everything on the line, what do you suggest Hulk Hogan puts on the line? I don't know, something like that. Or maybe up the ante, that if Brock wins, he gets to choose a stipulation against The Rock. I think there should have been something up for grabs for Brock Lesnar. I think Heyman should have tried to sweeten the deal.
The burial of Hulkamania not enough for Brock Lesnar? No, it shouldn't be enough for Brock. He needs more. He wants the blood of Hulkamania. He wants all the titles. He wants all the money, and he'll soon be getting it. But with a 6-man tag match up next, Edge, Cena, Mysterio against Angle, Benoit and Guerrero. Oh, it's the SmackDown 6, even though I'm pretty sure in a few months' time it's Hoover's seen out the road, throw in Chavo, there's your SmackDown 6. It's a fun match, right? But I think the SmackDown 6 is overrated, sorry. You don't think so?
I mean, SmackDown 6, a bunch of mid-carders, really.
We could say it's the SmackDown 6, but for me, this actually weakened Angle for like a decent period. I think for like this, like a few months towards the end of 2002. Of course, he ends up winning the title, right? Then you have him against Benoit. But I think Edge, who was fucking red hot at this point, I know he had.
I think it weakened him as well.
No, yes, I'm saying.
No, you could argue, but he teams up with Ray and he was teaming up with Hulk, but there's a difference between teaming up with Hulk Hogan and winning the belts on the 4th of July and teaming up with fucking Rey Mysterio and winning the belts. There is a difference.
No, there is a difference.
I mean, come on.
But what happens is, right, you've got Benoit and Guerrero, who, like I said earlier, right, they've battered The Rock, they've battered Hogan, right? But now, in a few weeks, months, Big Show's on SmackDown, Taker's on SmackDown, and those two are in the main event scene.
Yeah.
Well, these guys are all fucking fighting for tag titles that don't really mean anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like the main event scene past Benoit and Guerrero over. Like, well, we're coming over to SmackDown for competition, yet they get surpassed by this fucking competition that joins for Raw. I don't know. I mean,
I enjoy.
I don't think it really done it. I mean, probably who benefited the most was Chavo.
Aye.
Because he got to team up with Guerrero and he got to face guys that he otherwise would not be facing.
Yeah, I enjoy all these guys' work, but at the end of the day, for me, it seems like
I'd say it benefited Ray as well.
They missed the boat with like 4 of them.
I'd say it would work better for Ray as well because he got to work alongside Benoit and Curtin, Edge and etc. rather than wrestling like Jamie fucking Noble. So I mean, it probably worked out good for Ray in Chavo. I don't think it helped Edge. Don't think it helped Angle. Edge and Angle are super hot in this year up to this point. They've had big feuds, one against each other. But nah, I feel like the SmackDown 6 it does weigh down them a little bit. And then, I wouldn't say it, Guerrero and Benoit weren't really doing anything anyway. So, I wouldn't say it hurt them.
With a 2-2.
But it didn't really propel them.
Yeah.
It was like, I'd say Benoit and Guerrero in the middle. Chavo and Ray it helped, and Edge and Angle it didn't help.
This is like a 4-month program. It's not just these guys feud for 3 weeks. It's mental to think that way, but I really like the ending to this match where Kurt's he's like screaming at Cena. He's like, yeah, and then Ray does the 619, beats him. Angle can't believe it. Thought it was a really comedic.
No, I like that. Angle's like trying to mock
He's like the only
Cena.
guy that could work it though.
He's like the only one that would he would believe it, and it's like it's kind of funny because you're like, what a jackass, but he also doesn't seem to like lose any sort of momentum because it's like he kind of got screwed. He screwed himself as well. So even though he got beat, it's like it's not really a legit win because of the way he lost. I don't know. It's fun. Kurt Angle's funny.
A lion, Mario. And then he goes backstage. He's getting interviewed by Mark Lloyd. And he's like, I can't believe it. I got pinned by a 12-year-old.
Great.
Brilliant, because obviously Ray's a midget. Says that referee's been screwing him left and right. It's not right. He says, Ray wasn't even a legal man. Hell, come to think of it, he's probably not legal. He didn't come here legally. I'm going to break that kid's leg.
He's probably not got papers.
And we know what's coming soon. Kurt Angle against Rey Mysterio. Whoa. And the infamous, the famous, whatever you want to call it. You're a boy in a man's world. And I'm a man that likes to play with boys. Kurt Angle. That's iconic.
Again, Kurt Angle, probably one of the only other guys that could say that and
make it work.
Yeah. And
for genuine, not pedo reasons. Up next with Jamie Noble. But in the notes, it's Jamie Noble.
Jamie Noble.
And Nydia taking on Billy Kidman.
I wouldn't say Nydia's very noble, is she?
No, but what's the spelling of the name there? I'm not getting that. There's Billy Kidman and Tori Wilson. Schoolgirl roll up in the end. This match did not go very long. But at least this is actually a feud. With the Shannon Moore match, it's just like, what are you doing here, Shannon?
Alright, up next, what we got... I didn't really like this segment. I thought the acting was pretty bad.
I thought it went on way too long.
So essentially what happens is Dawn Marie is looking for Stephanie McMahon. She has got papers, important papers. We've no idea what the papers are, but I would assume they're contract papers trying to get someone's signature. So she comes in. How do you know it's a Big Show?
Just a guess.
Alright, okay. You said Big Show as if you knew it was definitely Big Show.
Well, I know he's going to SmackDown soon.
But Eric Bischoff ended up with the papers, so that would suggest it wasn't Big Show.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a free agent.
It was a guess. I'm not guaranteeing.
Alright, well, she comes in, she's looking for Stephanie. Stacey's like, oh no, I'll pass these on. Don Marie's like, no, it's important. I'll give them to Stephanie. Then Stacey Keibler, who alludes to the fact that she's sleeping with McMahon, says that McMahon's at a hotel and she has to get to McMahon, but if Dawn Marie gives her the papers, then she will put in a good word for Dawn Marie with McMahon later this night. And then she tells Dawn Marie, don't you be thinking about visiting McMahon in his private suite at his hotel. And
the presidential suite.
They get to the fact that it's going to be like 1 or 2 a.m. by the time Stacey Keibler gets there. Dawn Marie's like, going to make sure you say a good word for me about Mr. McMahon. And she's like, yeah, don't worry, I'll do that. Dawn then leaves and Stacey hides the papers under the couch. Stephanie then enters moments later and asks if Dawn was here. Stacey says no. Yes, Dawn was here and she said something about meeting McMahon at the hotel. Didn't say anything about papers. Stephanie thanks Stacey for the information and apologises for being so mean to her last week. Steph says she appreciates Stacey's efforts here on SmackDown. Steph then leaves the office. We get Stacey Keibler grinning. And then suddenly there's like a tree in the background, like a palm tree in the corner. And all of a sudden, Eric Bischoff, Eazy-E, steps out from behind it. Eric approaches Stacey and asks if she's got him. And Stacey takes the papers from under the couch, hands them to Eric Bischoff, who opens them up and laughs in approval. It's not that the segment was bad, but I do think the Dawn Marie and Stacey bit went on a bit too long.
Yeah, it was like, right, we get the fucking gist of this. Can we wrap it up?
Now, I'm assuming these papers are for a free agent.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would Eric Bischoff want them? If it's for Big Show and Eric Bischoff has Stacey Keibler on his payroll, he could just tell her, like, make sure those things
it could be a
it could be like, make
renewal.
sure those things get destroyed. The fact that Eric Bischoff has got the papers makes me believe it's someone he's going to take that Stephanie McMahon wanted on SmackDown.
Who do you think it is?
Well, I'm going to assume it's a free agent, someone that's not on Raw or SmackDown.
Who's your money on?
Oh, who is my money on? God damn it, you put me on the... Rodney Mack.
Nah, they dedicate a full segment to Rodney Mack.
Jazz?
What is Jazz?
I don't know, I'm trying to think of people that could be on Raw.
I've no idea, right? But all that's up next, the Immortal, his last promo for 8 months or something. The Immortal Hulk Hogan, all the Hulkamaniacs, brother. When we work together, brother, no one can stop us. Look at the Pythons.
Let me tell you something, Hulk dude. Hogan, this is going to sound bad, right? Because I actually respect Hogan. And the guy, is a fucking legend and arguably the biggest star in the wrestling business history. But he is very limited in what he does.
He's one-dimensional.
Whether it be in the ring, whether it be his promos or his look, or... He's a guy that I think lacks talent, but somehow got as high as you possibly can in wrestling.
He lacks talent, right? But you know what? He's a one-trick pony. If that trick works, I'll fucking buy it.
I know, but I do think he got a bit lucky, that his shit that isn't great actually works.
I know, but it's not like he... I say one-dimensional. I mean, he's worked heel or face. He can do whatever. He can cut promos. He can work.
Oh, I know, but I wouldn't say his promos are any better than a 6 out of 10.
No, but yeah,
in the ring, he's not better than a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but once you've established the character, if you're a draw, you're a draw. And Hulk Hogan 2023 or 1982, he's the fucking man.
No, he's great. I'm not denying that. I just think he lacks quality. I think the guy does lack a lot of skill and talent.
No, but he's got enthusiasm and energy. See this with Bret Hart, the best there was, the best. I mean, fucking Hogan's there, man. The fucking roids are popping out. He's looking leathery. And you know what? You've got a match that I think probably went about 15 minutes here, something like that.
Who's that guy that's got the really leathered chest? You see him in adverts sometime, and he looks fucking old, but he's not. I mean, he looks like 120.
No idea.
His body.
Chuck Norris?
No.
I've no idea then.
He looks a bit like Kid Rock, but a really leathery Kid Rock. He kind of reminds me of Hogan, his body. Anyway, let's move on.
What adverts is he in?
I don't know, he's done like car commercial adverts in America, I think. He's got like a really leather chest.
Well, I don't know, but we've got Brock against Hulkster. And I really like this. I thought this was probably one of the better matches we've seen in a while. I like the clash of styles. I like the fact Hogan was going for the, you know, what you'd say, 6 out of 10. Brock's just fucking flinging him about, battering him.
It was a good match, but what I don't like is Heyman needing to help Brock all the time. Maybe not all the time, but here, I don't think Heyman should need to help Brock Lesnar defeat 46-year-old or 47-year-old.
Especially with the way it ended. It didn't end with an F5. I mean, he literally just choked him out.
And considering the fact Brock's moving on to face The Rock. But yeah, no, Hogan gets busted open. There's a chair shot after the match, or before the match even. Brock's going for the F5. Hogan kicks out. Hogan then hits the leg drop. Brock kicks out. Goes for another leg drop. Heyman pulls Hogan's leg. Brock then gets up and just basically starts strangling Hogan in like a bear hug, like a standing bear hug, and then takes him to the ground.
Hogan's coughing up blood, brother.
He's coughing up blood, brother. He's not responding, so Hogan doesn't tap out or submit, but the referee calls the match.
I preferred this than a pinfall or a submission.
And Brock's not done. He continues to beat up Hogan after he's finished. He goes up to the top of the ramp. The crowds are chanting for The Rock, who's not here. I guess he's too busy making movies. Brock's not happy, comes back down, attacks Hogan again, wipes Hogan's blood across his chest, and we just see Hollywood Hulk Hogan there laying, bleeding, while Brock Lesnar standing in the ring with a shitload of blood on his chest. Good visual to end the show.
Yeah, great wee visual where he just like slaps it right over his chest, handprint of blood. And this is how you establish someone, not when, I put over Action Andretti. Fuck off, Jericho. Right? When was the last time someone actually put someone over like this?
I can't fucking remember. Like,
I mean, come on. This is how it's done. Look what they've done with Brock since he came in. It just shows you, like, if someone's good and they'll get over like that, oh, you need 2 years on NXT. You don't fucking need anything. If you're good, you're good.
If you're good, you're good. The problem is nobody's good in 2023. Anyway, I thought it was a good SmackDown. Wasn't great. I thought it was good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Yes, I will give it a 7 out of 10 also. But I enjoyed all the Brock stuff. There was a couple of meaningless matches, though. That's what I will say.
Yeah, a couple of meaningless matches.
Kurt Angle was probably MVP.
Kurt Angle, Brock, I mean...
I'm glad we've got those two for like 2 years.
You're soon to get Taker on SmackDown as well. I mean, SmackDown isn't a good place, definitely.
But we've got Big Nose Triple H on Raw, guys. Don't worry, don't forget about him.
I think both shows have their plus and their positives. I'm not sure why someone would say, oh no, Raw's the far better show or SmackDown's the far superior show. I think there's certain elements that I like about Raw and there's certain elements that I like about SmackDown. I would probably say that Raw, I think, overall is the better show. I'm not talking about right now, I'm talking about, let's say, over the next couple of years. I think Raw is probably going to be the better show, but I feel like SmackDown will have the better main event scene just for the pure fact you've got Angle, Brock, and Taker.
Yeah. Raw is more just, here, who's going to lose? Who's going to lose to
Who's getting buried? Who's my big nose digging a hole for tonight? You know?
No, if you think of it, like, from Triple H beats Michaels for the belt.
It's just a who's who of fucking Triple H jobbers.
That's pretty much it.
Who can we bring back for WCW to job it to Triple H?
Scott Steiner. But anyway, guys, it's a 7 out of 10. Up next is the 12th of August for Monday Night Raw. Looking forward to it, guys. But until next time, peace.